Welcome to the class. Let's start with the migration. As we have seen in the previous class that there are various adaptative features for protecting, right? So for the protection of animals, they are having some adaptative features. They are not keeping watchmans, right? They are not keeping some guards with them. But how they are adapting themselves to protect themselves from the enemies. So there is one another feature that is called migration. So in this session, we are going to learn something about the migration as well as mimicry. So what do you mean by the migration? So that is the long distance movement of animals to escape unfavorable condition. If the unfavorable condition is there, they will try to escape that place and they will escape that place to another place. As you know, if your mother is not giving you a chocolate, then you will go to your father. If your father is not giving you a chocolate, then you will go to your uncle. Then you can go for your friend, right? So you are escaping that unfavorable conditions to get your things normal from other place, right? So just like that, if the animal is not finding the favorable condition at particular place, they will leave that place or they will escape from that place to go to the next place, right? That is called migration. Now see, Arctic tern, that is the name of a bird, travel from Arctic region to Antarctic region and back again each year. So whenever the conditions are unfavorable, they will move away from Arctic region to Antarctic region. Now they know that after this time, the conditions will be normal in the Arctic region. So again, they will move from Antarctic region to Arctic region. Again, if the unfavorable condition is there, they will move to the Antarctic region. Again, the conditions were normal, then they will come to the Arctic region. The average round trip length of this bird is 71,000 km, making this the longest migration of any animal in the world. See, this Arctic tern are traveling 71,000 km. That is the longest distance which is found in any other animal. Okay, so that was the new thing. Humpback whale travels from Antarctica to the tropical breeding ground in coastal water of Australia by covering a distance of 5,000 km. As you know, this well structure is there. So for breeding purpose, because in the Antarctica region, they don't find the favorable condition for breeding. So for the breeding purpose, for the reproduction, they will go to the coastal water of the Australia and they will lay eggs there. But this well, as you know, this well is there. So they will give the birth or they will reproduce. So they will reproduce by covering a distance of 5,000 kilometer. For the migration part, they are moving 5,000 kilometer. See, this is a humpback whale which is going to the Australian region, right? From the Antarctic region. Now, see, the locusts are the most destructive migratory insect. They form swarms and travel approximately 5 to 130 km per day and destroy crops that come in their way. Have you seen the locust? See, this is a locust, which is known as a destructive animal. They are doing the destructive migration because when they find the unfavorable condition, they will move from one place, they will make a swarm, they will make their group, and they will all together go to the new place by destroying the crops which are coming in their way. So whenever they are traveling from one place to another place, there will be lots of crops, but they are destroying their crops and they are traveling 5 to 130 kilometer in a day. So in a day, they will travel 130 kilometer. Then the monarch butterflies migrate from Canada to Mexico, where they cluster together from late October through March. So from late October, in the October month, they will go to the Mexico region and they will make a cluster and they will stay there up to March. After March, they will again come to the Canada region. So now this is the migration of the monarch butterfly. That is the name of the butterfly. Do you want to see the image of this? Yes, we are having that image. At least 5 generations take part is completing this annual migratory cycle. As you know that they will make a cluster, na? So whenever they are going in that Mexico region, they will be having a cluster of that monarch butterfly. See in this image. There are almost 5 generations in this cluster of the monarch butterfly only. So they are migrating from Canada to Mexico. Clear? When they are migrating? From the late October to March. Then see, this is a fish-like structure. Can you see this one? Are you able to watch this? Okay. This is a fish which is there in the water region. So the salmon, that is a salmon fish. So salmon migrates from sea to fresh water to breed. See, this is a fresh water. Mostly you observe that this salmon fish are living in the sea. But whenever they want to breed, whenever they want to reproduce, they will come to the fresh water, right? So why they are migrating? For the breeding purpose. So all the animals are having some or the other reason for the migration. Young salmons hatch out from the eggs and start migration to sea from the fresh water. So now the salmon fish is there which is living in the sea. They will come to the fresh water, right? In the fresh water, they will lay eggs. When these eggs get mature, it will hatch out from this eggs. From this, again they will migrate to the sea region. Now again it will come to the fresh water for the breeding, right? Why they are coming? Because of the breeding reason. Again they will lay eggs. Again the new fish will come out from this one, and again it will go to the sea, because the normal routine, the normal habitat for them is sea, but for the breeding purpose they are coming to the fresh water. Eels migrate in the reverse direction of the salmon. See, the salmon is coming from sea to fresh water, but this eels migrate from fresh water to sea. Okay? Now see, they live most of their lives in freshwater river and migrate to sea for breeding. That is the reverse direction than the salmon. They hatch in the sea and migrate back to the freshwater because they are spending most of their time in the freshwater only. Okay, for the breeding purpose only they are going to the sea, but the salmon is coming to the freshwater. Clear? Okay. Now the next feature is mimicry. Do you mimic of someone? Yes, sometimes you do, na? So that is a mimicry. What do you mean by the mimicry? So that is a phenomenon wherein an organism resembles another organism. As you are mimicking like just your father, your mother, or your teacher, right? So just like that, other animals can do this mimicry, or some inanimate object to such an extent that they look alike. That I am looking like my parent. Some of you will wear sari like your mother. Some of you will wear your parents' clothes like your father's clothes, right? To look like your father, to look like your mother, you are wearing their clothes. So that is, you are mimicking them. So it is a device to protect oneself from predators. But these animals are doing for the protection to easily catch their prey. Once they want to to become a prey for someone, right? They have to protect themselves for becoming prey, and the others they are relieving themselves from the predators. So now we are having one example for this mimicry, that is a viceroy butterfly mimic monarch butterfly to protect itself from the predators. As you know, if the two butterflies are looking similar, they will be becoming a herd, they will become a cluster or a group. So it is hard to attack on a group. So that's why this viceroy butterfly are mimicking just like a monarch butterfly. Leaf insect mimic leaves of plant to remain unnoticed by prey and predators. As we have seen for the grasshoppers, that grasshoppers are looking like a leaf so that other predators or other animals or other enemies will not harm them. Can you see this monarch butterfly and viceroy butterfly? See, they are looking like a similar things, right? But some minor differences there. Can you see this one? They are not having this structure like this. But the enemies, whenever they find it out, they will look alike. That's why no other animal can harm them. no will hunt them. Clear these things? Okay.